Salutations and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Water Dog, and I am listening to Alice Cooper because it's the Halloween season. And so I am making myself Halloween decks based around the music of Alice Cooper, and right now I'm rocking and rolling to Brutal Planet. That's right, a great album if you've never heard the album Brutal Planet. It came out in 2000, and it's just chocked up full of a lot of really good hard rocking songs. Gimme is a really good song if you haven't heard that song. Blow Me a Kiss, It's the Little Things. Just a really, really good album, and it's centered around this otherworldly, decrepit world. So it's kind of great. It's got kind of like a companion piece called Dragon Town, which comes out a couple of years later. But it's a wonderful album, and so we're going to do some Brutal Planet. So I built a Brutal Planet deck. That's right. We're doing it brutally, baby. Brutally with some Alice Cooper. So let's do it to it, man. I'm looking at Potence. And so what I built really was just a small capacity Potence vampire deck. The two main ingredients is that the vampires have to have Potence and they have to have presence. Okay? Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to do show force, and we're going to be doing it at a low level scale, and we're just going to keep going and going and going and going and going and going forward. Okay? And so it's a go forward deck, and it's a lot of fun. I've played it a couple of times, and it's just neat. So there's a couple of things in there that's really good. So anyway, let's look at the crit. All of these vampires, the highest cap is 6, the lowest cap is 3. The main ingredient, once again, is they've got to have presence and they've got to have potence. I did stick a few vampires there that had dominate, and the whole point of that is just to have some sort of defense to deflect if you needed to do that. But we're mainly just going to go head first. We're trying to bleed and we're trying to punch. So there we go, some Brutal Planet stuff. Nikolai, the Survivor, is our first one. Then we got Raffaella Giovanni. We got Tomaine, Donatello Giovanni, Fish, Fode, Margaret, Marlena, Wah, Patrick, Garrett, and Smash. And you'll notice it's just 12 vampires. And so I don't care which one I get out because they all can pretty much play the cards I want them to play. There you go. Master cards. Now, I do things a little bit different with the Master card set than I would normally do with a weenie type style of deck. And that is the fact that I am going to put a lot of Asher tablets, because that's the easiest way for me to blood game, because I'm not going to Valen at all in this deck. There's no Valen for me at all. We're going to go ahead and put 9 Asher tablets in there. We're then going to put a Bleeding the Vine to protect the Asher tablets. 4 effective managements, because we want to be able to hit that 5th or 6th vampire without having to pay for it. A couple of presents, and that's to help us just get a superior presence, along with a couple of those vampires that have superior potence, because there are 6 vampires in that crypt that have superior potence, but only one of them has superior presence. So I just stuck a couple of presence cards in there so that, show of force is going to be at a superior level for that +2 strength and that +2 bleed, and so that's why we did that. 3 specializations. That's one of the key cards in this deck. You want to hit a specialization because you're going to be playing with multiple copies of the same cards, and you don't want to get hand stuck. And so for me, this is one of the best ways to get away from getting hand stuck, because what I love about specialization is the fact it's not a location. So they can't, you have all these different cards, you have vampire stuff, they can burn locations and stuff like that. This is not a location. Okay? It's just an ability. It's a unique ability. It hits the table, you put the card in play during your unlock phase. You may lock this card and discard 2 copies of the same card from your hand to gain 1 pull. And so I love that. So the great thing is you can discard now just 2 show of force. You can discard 2 immortal grapples. You can discard that stuff to help feed your hand and also hit your Asher tablets at a more regular pace. And so that's what I like about it. So it actually helps feed to get to the Asher tablets before someone else. So that's why there's 3 of them in there. Okay, I'm only playing with 19 Master cards. Okay, not a single one of them's a trifle. Okay, not a single one of them's a trifle. Okay, but we do want to be able to play a Master card per turn. Okay, I am really trying to shoot to play a Master card per turn, and particularly I want to be able to get 2 Asher tablets out early, and hopefully hit a specialization, and then start feeding the beast. Actions, we only got one action. We're showing we're only going to do one thing. This deck does one thing only, and that is brutal, baby. Like Alice Cooper. Brutal planet, brother. Then we've got 2 foreshadowing destructions, just to have a little extra kick on some of those bleeds. We've got then 4 deflections, 2 delayed tactics, and 3 on the QV. And that's pretty much your defense right there. And you can cycle that through with the Asher tablets. We're really ready to go with combat, because if they decide to block these plus bleeds, then we fight. Okay, 7 disarms. Another good card to put into a deck, especially since you're not really trying to, I only have 3 vampires in the whole crypt that have celerity. And so I want to be able to have maneuvers, because you want to keep the combat close, because with Show of Force you're going to have plus hand damage and stuff like that. And so I like Fake Out for this. Fake Out doesn't require discipline. Now you can't replace until after the combat, but it gives you that maneuver, so that's really, really good. 11 grapples, because we do want to go to hands. We don't want anybody to steal blood from us. We don't want anybody to dodge. We want to be able to grab them, and so we're playing with a lot of grapples. We then got 4 pulled fangs, 2 target vitals just for the extra kick. To gain a little bit of the blood back, we got 4 taste of the tie and 11 torn signposts. Okay, that's the big combination right there. So the concept of this deck is very, very simple, brother. You simply will do your Show of Force. If you get blocked, you just go into combat. Torn signpost. You need to maneuver. You Fake Out. You then Immortal Grapple. And then you hopefully can disarm or pull fangs. Maybe a little taste of the tie afterwards. That's it. That's it. Just beat up some vampires and bleed Methuselah. That's what this is. And it works pretty good. It's pretty solid. And like I said, with the Asher tablets and the specialization, it is a way to kind of gain some pull for yourself, and also just kind of recycle those cards over and over again, so you're doing the same action over and over and over again. Brutal planet. Happy Halloween, brother. Little Alice Cooper and some VTES for you, man. Hey, thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. If you like what you've been seeing, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Y'all take care.